Will the Mets win this crucial series against the Dodgers? Will the Mets win this crucial series against the Dodgers? This is All Things Mets, where it's your latest Mets media, everything about the Mets on this channel. Definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And today's video is going to be a series preview of the Dodgers and the Mets, guys. Yes, the Mets are facing the Dodgers. The Mets are going to the West Coast. And this is a big series for the New York Mets. Obviously, you know, if you're not following the Mets right now, they just swept the Pirates and, you know, they won 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They won 2 out of 3 with Cincinnati. And they won 2 out of 3 with Kansas City. So right now, the Mets are really hot right now. They're winning literally 9 games out of their last 12. And when it comes to the Mets, it started off really bad with an 0-5 start. But this series is huge for the New York Mets. You know, you got the Dodgers, you got Yamamoto, you got Sean Manaea pitching first game. Now, the first game, to me, you gotta set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Yamamoto is the guy that basically denied you guys. The guy that took your money and basically said, no, you know what? I'm going to go to the other team. So they got a chip on their shoulder. The Mets got to have a chip on their shoulder. The Mets have to get at Yamamoto. They have to go for him. They have to, you know, and Yamamoto has been nasty. Yamamoto, obviously, he did not have a good start for the first start against the Padres, but ever since, this guy has been really good. Really good. Getting a lot of strikeouts, getting that breaking ball, you know, a lot of guys chasing. And that is something that Yamamoto does. That's something you're going to get from Yamamoto. But when it comes to the New York Mets, they're going to have to make him work. They're going to have to go after him. They're going to have to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. You know, they can't really chase those breaking balls down in the strike zone. So when it comes to that situation, I just hope that the Mets do get this win. This would be a huge win just for the first game. But, you know, is Brett Baty going to come back? You know, I also saw a roster move with Michael Tomlin. And, you know, and I guess he's going to be back on the roster now with the New York Mets, you know. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, David Stearns, Mets relievers, you know, Tyler J was DFA'd. Those type of things happen when it comes to the New York Mets, when it comes to baseball. So guys are going to come, guys are going to leave. You know, it is what it is. That's how the bullpen is. But the bullpen has been really good for the New York Mets. And I'm excited about what's to come for this series because you got the Dodgers, right? You got Shohei Ohtani, okay? All the drama with Shohei Ohtani. You got Mookie Betts, one of the best players. You got Will Smith. You got Max Muncy. You know, you got Yamamoto on the mound. You got so much talent, you know, out there, you know, in the outfield, James Outman, you know, for the Dodgers, you know. So when it comes to that situation with those guys, the Mets are going to have to pounce. The Mets are going to have to come offensively. They can't be flat. The Dodgers are a really good team when it comes to offense. And yes, you know, they're going to have their bad days, you know, but the Dodgers aren't perfect either. The Dodgers don't have the best, you know, pitching when it comes to injuries and that situation. Tyler Glasnow literally lost to the Nationals the other day. So anything can happen when it comes to baseball. But Yamamoto, the Mets have to make a statement in the first game and go against this guy. And I think you got Sean Manaea on the mound for the New York Mets. You just hope that he gives you a quality start. You know, it is going to be the Dodgers. This is going to be a tough start for, you know, Sean Manaea. But I think if he, you know, keeps that that sweeper away, you know, to Freddie Freeman. Yeah, you also got Freddie Freeman out there too. So it's a lot of talent that the Dodgers have, and we know that they're one of the best teams in all of baseball. You know, right now they're not really playing like it, but maybe the Mets got the Dodgers at the right time. I don't know, but I just hope that the Mets bring the same energy that they had in the homestand, that they had in the Braves series, to this series with the Dodgers, because this is a big series. And, you know, they got to win game 1. And then you got game 2. You know what I'm saying? You got Jose Butto against a pitcher that's TBD for the Dodgers. And when it comes to this series, you know, in game 3, you got Adrian Hauser against another TBD pitcher. But when it comes to this series, guys, this is a huge series. You know, the Mets, you know, Starling Marte has been hitting the ball pretty good. You know, Tyrone Taylor's been hitting the ball pretty good. Harrison Bader's been hot. Francisco Lindor has to find it. In this series, I hope Francisco Lindor finds it. I think Pete Alonso is going to be Pete Alonso. You've seen what he has done. You know, he gets hot. He was the player of the week literally last week. So when it comes to Pete Alonso, I'm not worried about Pete Alonso. But Francisco Lindor has to pick it up. He has to pick this. This is something that the Mets really need, and that is Francisco Lindor. And, to be Francisco Lindor, to be, a good hitter, defensively, we know what Francisco Lindor is going to be. But offensively, we need Francisco Lindor to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because this, the offense can't carry forever. Francisco Lindor is going to have to contribute at some point, right? And then you got guys like a DJ Stewart, a Tyrone Taylor. And DJ Stewart, I think, has been getting some real timely hits lately. And that is something that is really good to see. So when it comes to that situation, I hope that the Mets bring the same energy because they got to win this series. This is a big, big series for the Mets. And they got to, pounce on these guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say they're going to sweep the Dodgers. I'm not going to say all that. But I'm going to say that the Mets, if they bring the same energy that they had in the homestand, that they had in Atlanta, then there's a possibility that they can win this series, and this is going to be a tough series. Like I said, this is going to be a tough, but we'll see what happens when it comes to this series. But Baty, you just hope comes back because Baty is really a lot for this team. He is one of the best guys on base percentage for this team. He is literally doing so much for this team. And, he's been out for a couple of days now. But I just hope that he comes back, and I hope that the hamstring, the tightness goes away or isn't so crazy. Because I don't want him to pull his hamstring. Obviously, we don't want Baty to pull his hamstring, but I need Baty on this team. The way he's been playing, the way he's been giving the energy to this team, really, being a spark for this team. That is something Baty needs to be for this team, and I love what he has done so far. So I hope he's healthy. I hope that he comes back in this series. And then you got the obstacle with JD Martinez coming back. He's not going to come back for this West Coast trip, okay? JD Martinez is not going to be with the Mets for this West Coast trip. And, it does suck to see because I really wanted to see JD Martinez a part of this offense. But that's going to happen later on. I think that's going to happen after the West Coast trip. And it's all with his health and all how JD feels. If JD feels he's ready, then he's ready. That's exactly what David Stern said. So I just hope that the Mets win this series. You got Adrian Hauser game 3. You know what I'm saying? You got Jose Butto, Jose Butto has been really, really, really impressive. I love what I see from Jose Butto. And if he could give you a quality start against the Dodgers in game 2, I'll take that as well. But you got to take game 1. You got to take game 1 against Yamamoto. You got to. And Yamamoto is going to be nasty. He's going to be nasty, guys. He has a fastball that's up to 99 to 100. He has, he has that breaking ball. He has that curveball. He has that, that splitter. He has so many pitches, so many weapons. But we'll see what happens because I think this is a big, big series for the New York Mets. Let me know what you guys think about this series. How do you feel the Mets are going to do in this series? What do you think is the key for the Mets in this series? Because definitely I think it's going to be offense. I think it's going to be the bullpen. And I think it's going to be, pitching as well. I think everything has to align. Everything so far has been aligning. So I just hope that the Mets bring that same energy. Because if they do, then they can definitely win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. I am not asking for a sweep. Yes, I would love a sweep. But sweeping the Dodgers, one of the best teams, they got literally one of the best teams in all of baseball on paper. Okay, Freddie Freeman, you got James Outman, you got so much talent out there. Kike Hernandez, you know what I'm saying? You got so much talent. Gavin Lux, so much talent is out there. So when it comes to the Mets, they got to win game 1. They got to make, you got to have a chip on your shoulder against Yamamoto. You got to get the win. You got to get the win. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, definitely let me know what you guys think. But what do you guys feel is going to be the key to this series? Do you think that they do need to win game 1 to, make a statement? Because I think that they really do. They need to win game 1 to make a statement. And it's going to be tough because it's Yamamoto. Okay, this is going to be a tough start. And Yamamoto has been kind of lights out lately. Well, not lights out, but he's been really, really good. Okay. Yes, he's going to allow some runs, but I mean, we'll see. because you don't know what the Mets are going to give you. It's the West Coast trip. You hope that the Mets can give you that same energy. You hope that the offense can come to play, but you never know. And you know how the Mets do on these West Coast trips. So if you're a Met fan and you know how they do on these West Coast trips, then, we'll see. But that's going to be the end of the video. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. This is All Things Mets. This is where you your latest Mets media. And yeah, man, LFGM, I'm out of here. I can't even talk right now. LFGM, I am out of here.